Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I am back again with yet another Alliance War video. Well, kind of, really. I mean, there is Alliance War happening technically. I mean, this one's over. So this was War 11. We have one more war left in the season. And for war number 11, New Nation is facing TCN, or more specifically, slightly under one half of TCN. So we are going up against the 14 members of TCN who did not arena bot themselves, but are perfectly fine to play together with arena botting folks remaining in the same alliance. So needless to say, I am definitely super happy about, well, number one, that Kabam finally did something arena botting. I do hope that they keep at it. And, on a little bit more kind of personal alliance war perspective, it's also nice to kind of basically have a free gimme war here against, the most prestigious, high-profile arena botters. Well, not really. They had to sit this one out. So, again, because we are going up against like half of their alliance, so obviously I'm not going to have too many fights here. I'm going in with CGR, Penny, and Warlock. And I must say this wasn't like the cleanest war for me. So here we can see that, yeah, they have 14 participants in this current war. Looks nice, and I also think that this is, the final statement that expresses everything and anything anybody needs to know about the situation in this alliance. There is just no way around it. Sorry if you guys from TCN feel offended, but rest of the community, well, extremely happy and celebrating the fact that 16 of you got banned and finally you got a little bit of comeuppance. Everybody wanted you to get more of the comeuppance, but keep you a little bit of comeuppance. And after this entire endeavor, it's hard to imagine any half-decent human wanting to join this team in particular or remain in it. That said, let's clear the war, shall we? So I'm starting on path 9. There's nothing like too specific for it. Obviously, we're going to be putting on some boosts. So I'm using half a recoil tree, and I'm going to be going in with CGR against Void. For this war, I actually forgot to put on my Cosmic Boost. Like always when I do this fight, pretty much I use that Cosmic Boost just to kind of make it easier and quicker to finish. And as soon as I entered the fight, I was like, oh, I forgot something. And with that, I figured, nah, it will be fine. So here I go for the standard parry heavy, finish combo with light, finish combo with medium. Drop my level 2, there's 24% left on that Void, and, a couple hits in the next combo, finish it. So those cosmic power boosts are definitely not needed, but they do help to save a bit of HP. Next up, going up against this Havoc. And from this, we're going to be using Warlock because we do have that armor up, and we just kind of need to play relatively patiently. We're going to have half a recoil tree active, so that's going to give me some attack bonus. Basically need to sit out or wait this incinerate phase, then we can be aggressive and rinse and repeat. Obviously level 2 should be dealing significant amount of damage. Basically got my infection up by the time poison phase comes around. Now I do obviously need to wait out that indestructible that he gets when I reach 1 bar of power. That's fine, because now I'm close to 2 bars of power. We have the infections on that Havoc. We are power draining him, making sure, he's not getting any carry specials there. Now we're dropping level 2. That one single level 2 gets him down to under 40% health. I still have the couple armor breaks active. He's still in poison phase, so I can still be aggressive. And unfortunately, the last 14% of this fight, he's in Incinerate phase, and I do not want to get Incinerate on me because I will need Warlock later on, so I don't want to lose any unnecessary health here. So I'm just gonna patiently parry, get a few degens going, and another combo to finish this out. Now, the next fight actually is gonna be very annoying, and it's Nick Fury, but it's also placed with recoil, which kind of made the fight much more scary, to be honest. And the worst thing in this fight is uh, Nick just randomly throwing level ones. It has power reserve on this node, and power reserve is awesome typically when you fight Nick because you can easily push Nick to 2 bars of power and keep him at 2 bars of power. But here he just randomly drops at level 1 and the fight immediately gets really scary because he's unblockable now. He has that passive Fury active because I have a debuff on me. So he is remaining unblockable, and I did not manage to bait out a heavy attack from him. And here he goes for another level 1, so that did scare me, in fact. But he only has, uh, under 50% health remaining, so I do get some charges, knowing that Nick Fury doesn't have too much health. Now I just need to get the second part of the fight in order. Finally managed to get him in that cycle where he's going to be throwing level 2s and I can easily push him to level 2s. Now I just need to get to my special 2 and, that's going to be well overkill because by the time I actually kind of position myself off, Nick Fury was nearly dead. And then obviously Penny Parker's awakened ability completely shuts down the second life. So this was a bit sloppy fight, and again, you guys can probably imagine why I didn't necessarily, use the indestructible boost and stuff like that, because we are going up against 14 people out of 30 people. So it was, I'm very happy that I didn't give away a death, because it would have been, um, very annoying throughout my season thus far like that, but at the same time it was hard to take this war super seriously too. And my final fight is against this Mordo, and this Mordo does have the buffet node active. I'm going to be using Warlock. Obviously, the one problem in this fight actually is in between Mordo's Furies and in between his power gain buff and in between that regen that he'll be getting. Uh, you need to be super aggressive or you need to time out your infections very, very, very well. Otherwise, they're going to fall off quickly. So I realized that as soon as I entered the fight, and actually, Warlock is definitely not a bad option for this, especially with his global tactic. But you do need to be careful, uh, to activate infections at the right moment. And here, unfortunately, I get my infection with 2 of the buffs active. So that means the infection itself only lasts 8 seconds. But now that I have gotten to level 2, it's not as kind of hard to deal damage, control him, and yeah, we're gonna finish this fight perfectly fine. It did scare me for a second, realizing that he's gonna have 2 to 3 buffs pretty much active the entire time. And that was it for my war here. That was my last fight. Again, we didn't face a full defense. I think actually our battle group had the most defenders to clear compared to other ones. So TCN BG3 had the least amount of arena botters in it, I suspect. And yeah, so that's the finish. The final score was 17-1. Unfortunately, we died once, but uh, there we are. We picked up another win, and I think with this one, if we win the last war, then we're definitely in the top 10. But I think even with this one, we pretty much put ourselves in Masters top 10, which, considering how the season started, was not guaranteed. So we definitely, did not have our best season. But due to Kabam's screw ups, everybody's gonna get upgraded war rewards, so 1 place up. So we are likely gonna get the top 3 rewards for this season, which quite awesome, which is a good thing. Uh, but yeah, hopefully we get another war with somebody half band, and yeah, here we are. I don't know what else to say there. Um, if I was one of those 14 people, though, well, I mean, I wouldn't be playing that to begin with, but after this fiasco, I really don't know how do you play in TCN straight face. Let me know what you guys think about that entire situation, but that was this war video. Relatively straightforward. Catch you guys later. Bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the